How's it going, everybody? Ecom Tom here with another video coming at you guys. And in this video, I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to set up your Seller Central account on Amazon to get started selling right away. Step by step, exactly how I teach it inside of the new Amazon course I just dropped. So if you like what you hear already, then please be sure to give this video a thumbs up so we can get it out to everybody out there who's been contemplating selling on Amazon but doesn't know where to start. And if you do want a little bit more training on Amazon, we did actually introduce a pretty cool new idea to this new course that we launched today, where you can get access to the first 10 videos inside of the course for just $1. So be sure to check down in the description below to see that. So without any further ado, let's get into talking about your Amazon Seller Central account, how to set it up, what to do, and what you actually need to get started. You don't need to be in the United States. You don't need a business to get started or an LLC or anything like that. So don't be overwhelmed when you first get started. You can change it all later, but I do suggest that if you do have all of the businesses and everything ready already, you've already made an LLC and things like that, then please be sure to go that route. So if you do want to get started, I'm on an incognito window right now, but all you have to do is just type in Amazon Seller Central. That's where you're going to be creating your account. And all you need to do is just click on, type it into Google and click on it. You can click register now and you're going to be brought to this page. So this page has changed recently and all of the setup has also changed within the last literally 2 weeks. So when I was creating this course, basically I made the video and then I went through and I went to go redo the video because I thought I could do a better job. I did a little bit more research on everything. And it turns out Amazon had recently just changed all of their setup. So this is going to be one of the most updated videos on YouTube about how to set up your Seller Central account. So if that gets you excited, please be sure to stay and watch the entire thing. So when you get brought to this page, you're going to be brought to this big yellow button that says Start Selling. And I highly suggest you just click that button. There is other things you can look at, and there's two different types of Amazon accounts. But if you click Start Selling right here, you will register for a professional plan, which is what I suggest starting with right off the bat. So the difference between the two plans, you can click pricing right here and actually see what it is. You can scroll down. There's the individual and the professional plan. Professional plan is $40 a month or $39.99. Which might sound like a good idea to start with the individual plan because you're like, I don't want to pay this right up front. But I highly suggest starting with a professional plan because of the fact that you get hit with a 99-cent fee every single sale on top of the already 15% fees that Amazon charges. So if you sell more than 40 items a month, which you should be aiming towards, this will give you a goal to sell a certain amount of items per month, then you will just want to start with a professional. Also, another thing about it is if you don't have a professional plan, I did actually find this out while I was creating the course. There's tons of different little rules out there on Amazon that are just hard to figure out all the time that you're not even eligible to get the buy box if you don't have a professional plan. The buy box is where about 85% of the sales come on Amazon. And if you want me to make a more in-depth video on the buy box, please leave a comment below and I will actually make one in the near future. So I always suggest starting off with a professional plan. So all you have to do is click sell as a professional and then you're going to be prompted to put in your email. So I actually made a PowerPoint to explain this better so I can go through it all on you guys very easily and I don't have to put in any of my sensitive information and blur everything out. So without further ado, I'm going to switch over into the PowerPoint and I'll see you guys inside. All right, so here we are inside of the PowerPoint. Before we get into any more of the setup of your Amazon account, I do want to go over a few key points that you really should be paying attention to, and a lot of people have been asking me this recently. So number one thing is you want to make sure your information adds up as much as possible. So if you're signing up as a personal account or a business account, you want to make sure all your addresses are adding up. If you're doing your personal home address, a registered agent business address for your business, other things like that, the address on your checking account, there's just too much, or the one on your credit card. You don't want to be misconstruing your information. You don't want to piss off basically the Amazon gods who have the total control of your future account. You want to make sure everything is checked to the T before you start to upload all this. So they do give you just what you're going to need beforehand before you get started, and I'll show you in the next slide or two. And you really want to make sure you have everything together before you start doing this. Also, if you need to upload files, they're going to be more strict during Q4. That's the second point here. So it is Q4. Amazon restricts new accounts from selling in certain categories like toys and other things like that right away, and specifically in Q4. And you really want to make sure that you're understanding that Amazon's going to be even more strict on accounts being created during Q4. It's their biggest quarter of the year. They don't want scam accounts or just people that are trying to scam people out there starting their account and just trying to rob people during the most important time of the year to really make sales. So you're going to have to realize that they may, as in the point number 3 is, they may ask for additional information. So they might be asking for your utility bills, and utility bills as in electrical, electricity, cable, internet, things like that. They might ask for a bank statement or a copy of a bank statement. That's really the two main things I've heard. They're also going to be asking you for your license or a passport, and you're going to have to provide them with pictures of that as well. So you want to make sure that everything is uploaded in a PDF document. That's one of the things that I've seen, I guess, is an issue. Some people might do it in like a PNG format or something like that. You want to make sure it's in a PDF document. You don't need a business to get started, and I did hear that back when I made my account, I already had my EIN and everything like that, that you did used to need an EIN just to get started, but you can get an EIN number being a sole proprietorship with your social security number in the United States, and it just takes a little bit more work to get one if you are outside of the United States, but you still can get one. I do not believe you need an EIN number anymore, but as I went through the checkup process on this, I didn't actually fully create the account. I got to the point where you have to submit your information, and I never got asked for one, so that might not be necessary anymore. But just go through the process and let me know. I'd love to hear in the comments below, because the Amazon just Seller Central sign up is changing nonstop. You don't need to be in the US, like I said, and get a professional account. So let's get into this. And this is the first page we saw. We click Start Selling, and you sign up with your email. You're going to click Create Your Amazon Account here. And one thing I've seen is if you already have an Amazon account, like a selling account, then you don't want to create, I personally don't think you want to create the same email as your selling account. The reason being is a lot of people have been using their Amazon selling account in the past or currently to do Amazon onto eBay arbitrage or drop shipping. And as much as I don't suggest doing that anymore, I know a lot of people still do it. And you don't want to be starting off your Amazon Seller Central account on the rocky ground that is, your Amazon buying account, because a lot of them are getting banned nowadays, and you don't want to be using the same email of another email that's been getting banned and other things like that. Is there ways that Amazon could probably still track that you're connected? Yes. But I would start off with just a separate email. Maybe just make it your dedicated Amazon email. You could do a business email, but mine's not even connected to a business email, so it's not a big deal. So you'd create your Amazon account, and then you'd be brought to this page. So this is the page that I was talking about where they tell you what you're going to need before you start to ensure you have the following handy. So it says business and contact address, mobile or telephone number, chargeable credit card. You can use a debit card or a credit card. It doesn't really matter. And your identity details. That's going to be your license or your passport. So you're going to pick right off the bat, and this is all new. This is like a new setup here. And so if you haven't seen this before, don't worry. But if you watch an old video, you'll realize that they did have a little bit of a different setup right off the bat. So it says business location. For me, United States, that's what I chose. And then business type. If you have your own business, LLC or something like that, then you would do privately owned business. And if not, then you'd say, no, I'm an individual. That would be a personal account. It's not connected to a business yet. But as I said earlier, if you do have all this information of business and everything like that already, you might as well start now with that, because of the fact that it's just more of a pain and more of a hassle to change things later on down the road to your Amazon account, especially your bank account. You want to make sure that that's the one that you want to be using right off the bat. So after you fill that out, you're going to be, let me go back, you're going to click agree and continue, and then you'll be good to go. So we'll move on to the next thing. So there's basically 5 points up here, and we're on point number 1. So this is going to be your information. It's just going to be asking for your address. It says business address, but if you don't have one, then just use your personal address, and you're going to be good on that. Also, just to mention, there's frequently asked questions up here, so you can click on all of these, and really Amazon's trying to give you as much information as possible on just how to get through the process. Is there a possibility you could get stuck, or they're going to be asking for more things? Yes, but if you follow this video and the FAQs to the T, you should be pretty good. So, you're going to put in your business address. It's just your personal address or your business address, whatever it is. Then you just need to put in your phone number so that you can verify a text message. So I just did the text message one. It's a lot easier. I put in my mom's phone number because mine's already being used. And I got the verification. You just type in your phone number, you click send SMS, and then you just go into, send you like 6-digit code, then you're good to go. You punch that in, you click next, and we'll move on to the next one. So step number 2 here is marketplace specific details, and this is also new from what I know. And this is basically saying what marketplace you want to sell on. And for us, it's going to be North America. If you want to sell in Europe, you can, but I don't do that, or Japan. They're really trying to push Japan now. And you want to realize that it does cost a $39.99 monthly fee plus taxes to access all marketplace for a promotional period of 6 months. So you can pay an extra fee to hit all these other marketplaces. There's no point. There's enough money to be made on Amazon.com. Don't you worry about it. But again, you could you could look at all the frequently asked questions. But I just selected North America, and then after that, you just click next. And then this is where you're going to be putting in your billing information. So like I said, you credit or debit card, you're going to get charged $39.99 on it right off the bat. So make sure that you're going to want to start selling as soon as possible. You will get hit the $39.99 on your credit card. I just used, I believe, one of my random credit cards. But if I was to do this again, I'd probably just use the debit card or the business debit card that I get connected to my business bank account. It would just make more sense and make it easier. But you get hit with the $39.99 right away. And as long as you are making sales and you're, in the future, then you won't ever get hit with it, because Amazon will just take that out of the money that they owe you. So once you start making sales over like $40 a month or plus your fees, then you should be good. So as long as you start making sales, this card will only ever really get charged once. I did create my account and left it sitting there for like 5 months, so it did get charged a few times, but I've never been charged since then. So here's my, I have my personal address here. I forgot to blur it out, but I will blur it out. So, here's my address, the billing address. Make sure that's the same, or try to make sure that's the same as your address that you put in back here on this slide. It's just going to make everything a lot easier. So here you go. There's a billing address, cardholder's credit card number, cardholder's name expires on. You're good to go. Click next, and we'll move on to the next one. So after that, you're going to be asked about your store information. This is where you're going to pick your store name. And don't worry about your store name too much. It's really not that big of a deal. Don't make it something like Pink Pony, something rather. It's just make it something semi-normal, sounds semi-professional, but you don't have to put too much thought into it. Nobody really sees it. Everybody has the ability to see it on a listing, but from what I've noticed, it doesn't really matter all that much. So you can change it as often as you want, I believe. And it doesn't really matter. So if you don't like it, you can go into your settings later and change it. I've done that before. It's not a big deal, but just don't put too much thought into it. That's it. And then they ask you 2 questions here. So one is going to be, do you have universal product codes, UPCs, for all your products? And I just say yes on this. The majority of the listings you're going to be hopping on, and that's what we're doing here with drop shipping. We're going to be hopping on listings, already created listings, just adding ourselves onto it. They should have UPCs. They need to have UPCs to be created on Amazon. So I would just say yes. I don't think that this question matters too much. And then it says, are you the manufacturer or a brand owner or agent or representative of the brand for any of the products you want to sell on Amazon? I'm not the manufacturer. I'm not the brand owner. I'm going to be what's considered a reseller or anything like that. So I clicked no. You could click some of them. It doesn't really matter. If we're doing drop shipping, just say no, and you should be good to go. So you can ask all these other questions here, and look at the frequently asked questions, and really get a good feel for it. But test-store is actually available. So if you guys want to take that, that's a great one. But so then after that, just answer those questions, click next. So here's the verification, and this is where they may be asking you for the EIN number. But as you can see here, I signed up as a personal account when I was going through this, because I had extra bank accounts and my mom's phone number and extra debit cards and stuff that I haven't used before. I didn't want to cross-link anything just because I didn't ask to create another account, so I didn't want to have them come back and be like, oh, you're trying to create another account. So like I said, it says I am the sole owner or point of contact for this account. So then you're just going to put in your information. There's a drop-down box right here for passport. You click drop-down. I suggest putting in your license number. It's probably a lot easier. But as you can see, they don't really ask for any uploading. They could, if I click submit, they could ask for it on the next page, but I never hit submit. So the worst case scenario, they're going to be asking you for a picture of it, and I believe I did upload a picture of my driver's license when I first started. Other than that, they might be asking for your EIN number if you have one. It's not very hard to create it. Just go to IRS. Just type in on Google, get an EIN number. You go to the IRS website, and all you have to do is just sign up. It's a very simple process. You can get in a couple minutes. Even if you don't have a business, you can do it with your social security number. So other than that, just put in your expiration date of your identity information, your passport, your license, country of issue, first name, last name, date of birth, and then your business address. Make sure this is the same address that you put in before. It's just going to make everything a lot easier, and there's going to be less questions for Amazon to have in the future. So if they do ask for you to upload anything, then make sure to upload it. And like I said, in PDF format. If you don't have, if it's not in PDF format, all you have to do is type in whatever file it is, say PNG to PDF. PDF converter on Google, and you'll find a free anything out there. Everything's on Google. So you can also, why is verification needed? How will I know that I've been verified? So after you get all this information in, click submit. Hopefully they don't ask for any more, but they could be asking for other things. And then you should receive a response within like 24 to 48 business hours if your account's been approved, or if not, there is a possibility. So don't worry, don't panic. Just get them what they want. If they ask for an electrical bill, if they ask for a utility bill of some sort, do that. I do not believe cell phones count, so you want to make sure that you have something in your name at your place of residence that proves, hey, my name's Thomas Cormier, I live here, and here's the electrical bill as proof. They might ask for your bank account statement for some ungodly reason. Just make sure everything's good. And one thing about the bank account is you want to be making sure that that bank account is solely for Amazon. It's going to be an accounting nightmare for your accountant if you don't have it solely for Amazon. If you have like a personal account you're just moving money in and out of and doing personal purchases with, it's just an added just pain for anybody out there that's trying to do your books. So I would highly suggest just trying to keep everything as separate as possible. If I was to do this again, I would get it, a new business, a new LLC, or possibly just do it off my original one. New business bank account, business debit card. I probably would need a new cell phone, and then just create another account right off the bat from that, making sure everything is just set up along the line that way, and really just giving Amazon no reason to deny me. So that's about it. I think you will have to choose a business address here, so you just check the box, and I think I have this whited out, so this will just end up being the one that you chose in the past. So in conclusion, get the professional plan right off the bat, because you're not going to be getting the buy box if you don't. I do believe it's a myth when people say that you can't get the buy box within the first 3 months. Jason, my business partner, had just started a brand new account and he was getting the buy box. But the thing is, it's harder for new accounts to get the buy box. And a lot of people probably don't get the professional plan off the bat, which isn't going to allow you to get the buy box. They think that they're saving on money. They don't want to pay the $40 a month. But if you don't pay the $40 a month, then you probably won't be making very many sales at all. So you might as well pay it up front just to make sure that you can get sales and then carry on from there. After that, like I said, it costs over 40. Once you get more than 40 sales a month, if you even do with an individual plan, because it might be harder to get even close to any sales, then if you sell over 40 sales in a month, then it's literally not even a reason to have the individual account. So just get the professional plan and just start selling. It'll give you a goal to build towards in order to actually get to a certain point. You want to be consistent. You want to be consistent with your addresses, with all of your information, and really try to make it as simple as possible. Don't have like 3 different addresses, all sorts of different information, different names or anything like that. You really want to make sure everything's set in place and in stone and just looks very coherent. Like I've heard of people getting business emails, setting up like a website, getting a business email, and really just trying to make it seem as professional as possible. I don't have one of those, but everything needs to be coherent and consistent across the board. So give them what they're asking for. Don't panic about it. If they ask for extra question or anything like that, any extra information, just realize it is Q4. It's one of the toughest times of the year to start selling on Amazon. But I created my account in May of 2018, but I did start selling eventually on the account in November. So I did start selling in Q4, and as long as you're giving them what they ask for and you're doing everything to the T, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. I've heard about a lot of people talking about, I heard getting banned happens a lot more frequently when you're a newer account. And it could possibly be true, but you really want to just make sure that you are doing everything laid out for you and doing everything to the T. And if you do that, then there shouldn't be any reason for getting banned or anything like that, or wearing it all. And yeah, lastly, I hope you're not worried about this, but start making sales. Amazon's a crazy marketplace. You can start making sales almost immediately, and it's not just going to be regular old sales that you'd see on eBay. It's like eBay on steroids. It's absolutely wild. I'm making some crazy margins right now with some crazy profits and tons of sales a day right now. So it's only going to get better. I'm going to start ramping my store back up now that the Amazon course is out and I have time to work on it. And I'm excited to start crushing Q4, so I hope you guys are too. So one thing that I said at the beginning that I want to go a little bit more into at the end here is the $1 trial for the first 10 videos that are inside of the course that we just officially launched today. People have been getting access to the pre-launch for the last 2 weeks, and we've had a lot of people take action and a lot of good feedback about it. So I hope you guys, are action takers and get in at least on the launch, and you can get in and watch the first 10 videos, see my teaching style. My business partner, Jason, actually has a decent amount of videos in there as well. It's 83 videos long, I counted, and over 15 and a half hours of content. It's a lot. It's a lot, but don't get overwhelmed. It's just us trying to provide you guys as much information as possible. So if you want access to it for $1 to the first 10 videos inside of the course, I believe it's going to be 2 weeks you get access to them for, then check out the link down in the description below. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, I want you guys to feel and get a good feel for what my teaching is so that you can make a good decision, a good financial decision, hopefully on your part. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys go and check it out down below. I hope you like this video. If you don't want to buy any of my stuff, that's perfectly fine. I completely understand. Just get started selling on Amazon. I hope this video just helped you out. It is explained a little bit more in depth in the inside of the course, but this is pretty much exactly what was inside of the course. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We hit 10,000. We're on our way up to 100,000. And be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Get this out to as many people that want to start selling on Amazon, because I know it can be a daunting task. And anything out there that could help somebody for free, I want to provide it to them and really help anybody out that just didn't know where to get started with Amazon, because I know there's not a lot out there about it. Also, if you do subscribe, or when you do subscribe, please hit the bell notification. And yeah, it's the only way to get an update when I post a video like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoy my cool new end screen, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for coming by.